Welcome to English course. The past tense. The past tense is broken down into 4 different categories: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Let's get started. Simple past. Verb 2. Meaning and use. Common usage of simple past is to describe an action that happened at a point of time in the past. They went out 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago in the past. We can also use it to describe past habits, regular actions in the past. In this case, we use used to plus verb 1. I used to visit my uncle daily last year. He used to smoke a lot. We can use used to talk about past states that are not true anymore, repeated past actions that do not happen anymore. The simple past tense has the verb to form. English has 2 types of verb in the past tense. Regular verb. Just add ed to the base form. Walk, walked, just add ed. Rain, rained, just add ed. Irregular verbs do not follow a fixed pattern when turning into the simple past or past participle form. They have a different form. Sometimes verb changes its form with tenses. There are special forms for adding ed. If the verb ends with e, we just add d, like, liked, just add d to the end of the verb. Walk, walked. If the verb ends as CVC, consonant, vowel, consonant, we double the final consonant. Stopped. Consonant, vowel, consonant, we double the final consonant. Stopped. Plan, planned. If 2 syllables verbs in the CVC, do not double the final consonant. Enter, 2 syllables, so we do not double the final consonant. Entered. Offer, offered. Do not double the final consonant when the verb ends in W, X, or Y. Fix, fixed. Snow, snowed. Even if they are CVC, do not double the final consonant because they end with W, X, or Y. If the verb ends with Y, the Y changed into I, then add ed. Try, we change the Y to I and add ed. Try, tried, copy, copied. Signal words tell you what tense you have to use. For the simple past, these are expressions of time in the past. Yesterday, 2 minutes ago, in 1990, the other day, last Friday, etc. How we can form a positive statement? We start with subject plus verb to and the rest of the sentence. The verb form is the same for all persons in simple past. For all persons in the simple past. Negative statement, we start with subject plus did not to make a negative and verb 1. Start the questions. Yes, no, yes, yes and no question. We start with did plus subject plus verb 1 and the rest of the sentence. WH question, we start with WH words, when, where, what, plus did plus subjects and verb 1. Questions with be, we start with was or were plus subject and the rest of the sentence. Was or were, we have to note here that we can use I with was and I with were. So, I was or I were. When the subject of the sentence is I, we use was. I was hungry. I was good. Why don't you select me? I were. We use were with the subjunctive mood. That can never happen. If I were Bill Gates, I would be the richest person in the world. If I were wrong, I would correct my mistake. So the only time you would say I were in which when we use unreal conditional sentence. Unreal conditional sentence. Irregular verbs can be learned under three main groups based on how they change to represent the simple past and the past participle. This is group 1. Group 1, it is the same throughout all tenses form. Is the same throughout the three tenses form. Group 2. Irregular verbs which have the same spelling in the simple past form and the past participle form. The same spelling in the simple past and the past participle form. Group 3, irregular verbs which have three different spelling patterns in the base form and the simple past and the past participle form. Three different spellings form. And now check out the rules for making simple past tenses below. Past continuous. Meaning and use. We use past continuous to speak about an action going on at a point of time. In the past, I was working as a teacher in October. They were going to play football. We can use it also to talk about two actions were going at the same point of time in the past. We use past continuous for both actions and combine them using while. Brad was studying while his friends were chatting. We can use also for an action going on when another action happened in the past. In such cases, we use the past continuous tense for the actions going on and the simple past for the other action. I was writing the test when the inspector came in. Was writing going on action, came past action. Signal words. In general, signal words tell you what tense you have to use. So what are the tense? What are the signal words we use with the past continuous? It is when, while, then, at 5 o'clock, for example, etc. How to form a positive statement in the past continuous. In the past continuous, we made the sentence by using the verb be and the ing form of the verb. So we start with subject, was or were, the verb be plus verb ing and the rest of the sentence. For negative statement, we start with subject, was, were, would not to make the negative plus verb ing. For the yes and no question, short answered, we start with verb be, was or were, subject, verb with ing and the rest of the sentence. For WH question, we start with WH words, when, where, what, with verb be, was or were, subject, and plus verb ing. And now check out the rules for making past continuous tense. Past perfect tense. Meaning and use. The past perfect tense, also called pluperfect, is used to describe an action that had taken place before another action in the past. In such case, there are two actions. We use the past perfect for the earlier action and the simple past for the later action. She had already finished the work when I met her. Had finished. This is the earlier action. Another use is in conditional sentence to talk about unreal past. In such case, the past perfect is used for the condition and the other is used for the result. If you had asked me, I would have picked up you. Signal words for past perfect. Signal words tell us what time we have to use. These words are, for example, already, just, ever, not yet, once, until the day, etc. How to form a sentence using the past perfect. The past perfect is formed by using had with the past participle of the main verb with all subjects. Positive statement. We start with subject, had, plus verb 3, past participle, and the rest of the sentence. We use this form with all subjects. To make a negative statement, start with subject plus had not, verb 3, past participle, and the rest of the sentence. To make yes and no question, short answer, start with had, subject plus verb 3, and the rest of the sentence of the question. WH question, start with WH words, when, where, what, plus had, subject, and verb 3, past participle. And now, check out the rules for making past perfect tense. Past perfect continuous. Meaning and use. We use the past perfect continuous to talk about something that began in the past, continued in the past, and also ended at a defined point in the past. I had been working at the company for 5 years when I got a promotion. Signal words tell you what tense you have to use. We can use expressions as for, since, all day, the entire week, the whole year, a long time ago, etc. How we can form a sentence using the past perfect continuous. This tense is formed by using the auxiliary verb had and verb 3 of been plus verb ing. So, to make a positive statement, start with subject, had been, plus verb ing and the rest of the sentence. To make the negative, start with subject, had not been, and the verb ing. To form a question, for yes and no questions, short answer, we start with had, subject, been plus verb ing. To make a WH question, where, when, what, etc., you start with WH word, had, subject plus been plus verb ing. And now check out the rules for making past perfect continuous below.